I make my bottles is out of vaccine vials because I can get these from work. So what I do is I save these vials, I remove the stickers, and I remove the little outer rim, the little foil rim, and then I'm left with just the bottle. They have little plastic stoppers inside. So they're really easy to put your fake milk in or juice or whatever you're going to do to pretend with. I actually don't cut a hole in this. It doesn't work like a real bottle. These are more for just pretend. So what I'm going to do today is show you how to sculpt a nipple out of clay, how to make a really simple mold out of the nipple, and then how to pour the nipple into silicone. You're not supposed to use latex nipples with silicone dolls because it can cause a breakdown of the silicone. So you want to make sure for your silicone dolls that you only use silicone nipples. And so I'm going to show you how to make a small baby bottle for your miniatures. And you can pretty much, if you don't have these types of vials, you can use any type of glass vial that you can get from the craft store. Okay, let's get started. So the first step is to sculpt a nipple out of clay, and you'll want to sculpt the nipple that's going to fit on the top of your lid, depending on what kind of bottle you decide to use. In this case, I'm going to use this vaccine vial. So I like to use Super Sculpey. So you'll want to make the base just a little bit smaller than the top of the bottle. I'm going to make it about this shape, but what happened was I tried to trim it off of this silicone nipple and it just didn't, it's not perfectly flat, so I need to sculpt another one. Let's see how it looks. So I'm just going to make a little ball and then I'm going to flatten it out. And that's still a little bit too big, so I'm going to take away some clay. That's probably about right. Sorry if there's noise. The neighbor is actually mowing his grass or something right now, so it's kind of loud. I make a ball and then I'm just going to kind of roll the end of it so it makes this type of shape, and then I'm going to attach that to the flat piece here and then just push down a little bit. Just like that. Try to get it as even as possible. And then I like to use a needle or one of my sculpting tools and just kind of smooth out the bottom so it attaches. You can pretty much make this any shape that you want it to be. I might actually take off part of this. Looks more like an ice cream cone. That looks better. You can just kind of keep messing with it until you get it exactly how you want it, and I'll probably do a couple of different ones just to see what looks best in the long run. In the very top, I'm just going to make a little hole. Just like that. I'm going to make a couple more, just in different shapes. You can make whatever shape you want. If you don't like this ridge around the bottom, then you can just do it plain. I'll probably do a plain one as well without the ridge. After you're done making your nipples, You'll put them in your dish, and you'll bake them on about 225 for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then I'll show you how to mold them. So that's going to be the next step. Okay, here are my clay nipples that I just finished baking. So I did one that's just plain with no ridge on the bottom. And then I did one that has a little ridge on the bottom. So we can see which one looks better. So what I'm going to do is show you how to mold these now. I'm actually just going to mold them right on top of this desk here, just because they're so small. It should be really easy to do. For this type of mold, I like to use dragon skin. I use the dragon skin 10 medium. So this is the kind of silicone that I use for molding. And I actually have this. I keep them in these little squeeze bottles. It just makes it a whole lot easier when I'm doing molding. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix a little bit of this just right on top of this cup. We'll just need enough to kind of drip on top of these. I'm not going to brush it on because they're so small. Hopefully the silicone will just kind of coat and just make the mold. So I'm going to take part A first. Just do a little squeeze. Mix with part B. Oops. A little squeeze. And it's just a 1-to-1 ratio. I use the scale when I'm doing larger projects, but for this you can just mix it together. So I'm just going to mix it good together here. Trying to do this in front of the camera, it's kind of tricky. Okay, and now I'm just going to, I guess I can kind of pick it up and start putting some around the nipple there, and then set it down. It's really thin, and so what will happen is I'll just put a little bit on top, and it'll just kind of work its way around there. And if I need to, I can use a toothpick to maybe apply it better if there's a lot of bubbles or anything like that. I'll do the same thing on the other one. I'll probably only do maybe 2 layers. And I think what I'm going to do is do 1 layer now, and then I'm going to go stick the silicone in the refrigerator, and that'll keep it from curing. So maybe I can actually use the rest of this up when I do the next layer. I'm just kind of dripping it on top, and so it'll coat the whole nipple. Okay, here's a close-up of what it looks like after it's been setting for a couple of minutes. You can see how the silicone is run down onto the desk. So it's completely coated it. So what I'll do is apply the next layer in about 10 minutes or so. Okay, these are cured, so they're already dry. So I'm going to go ahead and put 1 more layer. As you can see, they're stuck to the desk now, so I don't have to worry about handling them because they won't come off the desk. So that makes it a little easier. So I just got this out of the refrigerator, so now I can still use it. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of rub it on all sides for the next layer. I was only going to do a couple layers. I guess I can do 3 layers if we need to, but these are really just a quick and easy mold. They're not anything fancy. Okay, and we'll let that cure.